past is always with us, for it feeds the present, says Ruskin Bond. How true this is when it comes to the great English writer and we, the Prakashites.
Ruskin Bond, the name recounts as our own, for we've been fortunate to host the legend as our honored guest at our premises, where he attempted driving young's mind to get involved and inspire with every mighty and tiny little aspect of the planet Earth, be it mountains or ants. The then Prakashites writing in Our Scooties was inaugurated by none other than Ruskin Bond. It gives us immense joy to redwell in those wonderful moments that our super seniors lived. Ruskin Bond is an eminent contemporary Indian writer of British descent. He authored inspiring children's books and was awarded the Sahitya Academy Award to honor his work of literature. Right from his school years, he won several literary competitions. At the age of 17, he began to write his first novel, The Room on the Roof. He invented the fictional character Rusty, the protagonist in the book, to narrate his personal experience. So in a way, this book seems to be autobiographical in nature. He is a being who creates unbound imagery of fantasy, wilderness, compassion, empathy, humor. Above all creative imagination, in the young and the older minds alike, through his innumerable writings that are simple and heart-rendering. Right from The Room on the Roof, The Blue Umbrella, Rusty, The Boy from Hills, Our Trees Still Grow in Dehra, The Omnibus, Rain in the Mountains, to The Enchanted Cottage and The India I Love. You name it, and it sure takes you to your own vivid, creative imagination that beats the best of the motion pictures. If one gets hooked on the writings of Ruskin Bond, he or she gets enslaved to the unseen beauty of nature, be it the hills or valleys or fields or friends or serene terrains of remote India.
We, the fraternity of Sri Prakash Vidyaniketan, wish our own Padma Shri and Padma Bhushan Ruskin Bond a very happy birthday. By wishing him on this day, we also wish happy birthday to the world of the beauty and imagination he opened up for us through the windows of his books. One must read to know what reading can read. Signing off.
Nowadays everybody says kids are not reading, they're not interested in writing, which is not true, because I keep meeting young people who do read and who do write, and you see, unless you read a lot, you won't become good writers. If you look back at the history of writing and great writers, good writers, you will find they were all, when they were young, when they were at school, they were fond of books. They were very fond of reading, because you get your inspiration, your whole attitude maybe to life from the writers that you become fond of and the writers that you read when you're young. And even if you don't become writers professionally, even if you don't become book writers or story writers, the ability to write well will serve you throughout your life in many ways. And so those who enjoy writing it's a reward in itself, and it will bring you, I think, great happiness and satisfaction over the years as you get older. So once a writer, always a writer. So now that you've started, those of you who've contributed articles to this little book, I'm sure you will write more, and as you write more, you will write better. Try to improve your work too, because none of us can be perfect, but we can aim for perfection. And if by aiming for perfection, we can produce good work. This morning too, when I met many of the boys and girls, their questions were very intelligent, and it was a great pleasure for me to talk to them. And your school is certainly one of the best in the country, and I certainly look forward to being here again from time to time. So thank you all.